Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today's recipe will demonstrate how to make a lemon sponge cake with mascarpone whipped cream frosting. The macronutrient ratio for this recipe is 6.9 to 1, with 3.6 grams of total carbs per serving. As part of your prep, line the bottom and sides of a 15 centimeter or 6-inch springform pan with parchment. Spread butter on the sides so that the parchment will stick to it. Adjust the rack of your oven to the bottom third position and then preheat it to 150 degrees Celsius or 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we separate the eggs, placing the whites into the mixer bowl and yolks into a separate small bowl. Begin by whipping the egg whites until they start frothing. At that point, add the white vinegar and continue whipping until soft peaks form. Then slowly add the sweetener, 1 tablespoon at a time. Whip a few seconds in between each addition so that the sweetener becomes well incorporated. After all the sweetener has been added, continue whipping until the egg whites have reached the medium stiffness stage. Now turn off your mixer. Add the egg yolks and using a hand whisk, gently whisk the yolks into the whipped whites until the mixture is a uniform pale yellow. Next, in a bowl, combine the coconut flour, almond flour, and salt. Then stir these together. Pass this flour mixture through a fine mesh strainer, about a third at a time. Fold in with a whisk or spatula before adding the second and third amount of flour. Now for the liquids. In a glass or measuring cup, combine the oil, lemon juice, and lemon rinds. Stir these together and pour slowly into the whipped egg mixture and blend gently with a spatula, being careful not to deflate the whipped eggs. When the batter is ready, pour it into the prepared parchment-lined springform pan. Run a knife through the batter to remove large air pockets and then drop it gently on the counter to remove the smaller air pockets. Put the pan in the oven and bake for 35 minutes. When the time is up, test the cake with a toothpick to see if it's done. If it's not done, continue baking for 5-minute intervals until the toothpick comes out clean. Remove the cake from the oven and place it on the counter to cool. When the cake has cooled to room temperature, loosen the spring and remove the rim and gently peel off the parchment lining. Put the cake on a plate and refrigerate for several hours until the cake is completely chilled. In the meanwhile, let's make the frosting. In a mixing bowl, add the mascarpone and the sweetener, add the whipping cream and mix at low speed for about 30 seconds until the liquid is smooth and lump-free. Then increase the mixer speed to high and whip until stiff peaks form. When you're done, cover the bowl with cling wrap and put the bowl into the refrigerator until you are ready to frost the cake. When the cake is completely cooled, take it out of the fridge and cut it into half as I'm showing here. And using a wide spatula for support, carefully remove the top layer. Set it aside. Place the bottom half of the cake back into the springform pan. Using a piping bag and starting in the center, move in an outwardly expanding circular motion, squeezing out a layer of frosting right to the edge of the cake. Carefully place the top half of the lemon sponge cake over the frosting and then repeat the piping to frost the top of the cake. You may need to do this twice because you want a nice thick layer that reaches right to the top of the rim of the cake pan. Then smooth the frosting with an offset spatula or the back of a long knife. Before removing the cake, run the spatula or small knife along the inside of the pan to loosen the frosting from the springform pan. Then gently and carefully remove the pan sides. Lastly, with an offset spatula, making it as smooth as you can, apply frosting to the sides of the cake. Remember, making a cake at home is about the TLC you put into it. It's not about getting a perfect patisserie version of a cake. After you've applied all the frosting to the cake, put it back in the refrigerator for a few hours. This will allow the mascarpone whipped cream frosting to set before cutting and serving. Just before you're ready to serve, take the cake out of the fridge, and how you decorate the cake is up to you. You can top the cake with fresh fruit, such as the thinly sliced strawberries which I used. and because the strawberries complement the lemon freshness of the cake and the mascarpone whipped cream frosting. Alternatively, you can use lemon peel ribbons or make a design with a star tip to your piping bag and make swirl decorations, or leave it plain and smooth. How you decorate is up to you. As you see, this also makes a great birthday cake. Enjoy! The description below has the link to my blog, which you will find the written recipe. See you next time, and thank you for watching.